Hey Axis and Allies players, this is the Good Captain, and welcome to my review of my J1 attack. I'm gonna briefly discuss what I did, what the results were, and what the odds of the way it shook out were in terms of losses for both sides. But this is of particular interest to me because the strategy that I employed is not one of my own making. I wasn't even really a fan of it. This was introduced to me by an opponent older gentleman who played a lot of Anniversary, and after I think I played two or three Anniversary games, and he did this J1 every time we played, and it was always hyper effective. And so for the first time as the Axis powers, I've tried this and it worked with really hot results as well. So what is it, and is it really that effective, or how lucky do you need to be? And what it basically involves, what you need to do to initiate this is to send 2 Japanese infantries into each of these 3 Chinese provinces supported by 1 fighter. And in my situation, you hit Kwangtung too. I attacked it with a tank and an infantry. And then you can either hit the Philippines, I didn't, or Burma, I did. With the transport loads of troops here. And so it's in the ground battles. These are all 4 ground battles that I did. What are the odds of success, and what casualties can we expect to take? Well, all of these are this is about a 91% chance of success with like a 4% chance of draw and like a 5% chance of defeat. So everything else is 100% in Burma, and these were like mid 90s to like high 90s probability of success. So what we're just interested in is how many casualties can we expect to take as the Japanese. And I've, through the use of the AAA battle calculator, which is the absolute best, understand that when you do this, I'll just cut to the chase and give you the raw data. There's a 50% chance that you'll lose an infantry in each of these 3 Chinese provinces, right? There's a 50% chance in each of these battles that you're going to lose 1 infantry. There's a 60% chance that you'll lose 1 infantry in this battle with Kwangtung, assuming victories, right? Assuming we win all these, which is the highest, very high probability that you will, because they're all in the 90s or better. And then here there's a 40% chance that, I was kind of surprised, this is about a 40% chance you'd take a loss here, or high 30s at least. And when you add, so how do you do this? Well, you add fractions. So if there's a 40% chance of taking a loss here and a 60% chance of taking a loss here, that means between these 2 battles you can expect to take at least, or a loss. That is the realistic approach to doing it. And between these, which are all 50-50s, you could assume to take another loss and possibly a third. So it comes to, if you took all 4 of these land battles together, that you should expect to lose 2 or 3 pieces. There's as much odds as losing 2 as there is 3. If you lose less than that or more than that, then you were diced one way or the other. Okay? So I'll just repeat that again. If you copy paste this attack plan, which anyone can do at J1 for the most part, the only allied power that can go before Japan is Russia, you should expect to lose 2 and maybe 3. There's as much chance of losing 2 as 3, and this is how you can look, okay? And what happened to me? Well, I lost 1 in Suihyuan, and I lost 1 in Burma, so I lost 2. So I got on the right side of that 3rd kill. So that's the ground battles. Now what about the naval battles? There were 3. 1 in C-Zone 35, well, 4 technically, but we'll get into the reason why I'm only saying 3 in a moment. 1 in C-Zone 53 and 1 in C-Zone 56. These are the 3 interesting ones. Destroying the Asiatic fleet in C-Zone 50 is such a stomp that I don't count it. There really is it's such a low odd probability that the destroyer makes 2 hits in 2 rounds of combat. So excluding this, and because there's no fighters in this battle, what are the odds of how many fighter planes would Japan have been expected to lose? Again, 2 fighters I should cover this. 2 fighters attacked a British transport and destroyer in C-Zone 35, and the same attack was emulated in 56. And 2 fighters and a destroyer attacked a battleship here. And when you crunch the numbers, there's a 44% chance you'll lose a fighter in C-Zone 35, a 44% chance you'll lose a fighter in 56, they're identical battles, and there's actually a 25% chance you'll lose a fighter in C-Zone 53. So when you add up all of those percentages, what you get is something like 113, right, you get 113, which can be translated into definitely you'll lose 1-0 fighter, and then there's a roughly 13% chance you'll lose a second. So the fact that the Japanese in this game got away with only losing 1, I lost 1 fighter in the attack on Pearl Harbor proper, is not insane. Why am I taking the time to do this analysis and talk like this? Well, because this is such a replicatable move. There's almost nothing that the Allied powers can do to keep this from being a standard J1 thing to do. And why would you want to do this? Well, it makes it so the British, there's nothing the British can do, especially if you do the attack out of Egypt, or on Egypt with the G1 attack, then there's really, the British are in a hopeless position at the beginning. So as somebody who likes to study Axis and Allies, basically for these problems right here, this one leaves me scratching my head and is very interesting to me. What are the Allied responses to this, if any? What can they do? And I'm really looking forward to continuing this game to see how my opponents try to solve this puzzle that has been presented to them. And again, I've played this at least 2 or 3 times with this older gentleman who basically pulled this exact move on me, and I'll say I had some difficulty coming up with my own solution to it. In fact, I haven't settled on one yet. But again, I've only played, I think 5 or 6 games in total of this. So yeah, kind of took a bit longer to do my review, but that's where my mind's at. And again, I don't think that either side shot under or over for this Japanese turn, and the numbers sort of back that up. And I didn't believe it either, but after playing that fellow, yeah, this is a replicatable strategy. And anyway, okay, I'm rambling. Thanks for watching this. All the best from the good captain, and bye-bye.